Donald Trump held a cabinet meeting yesterday, and it went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Now, just as a starting point, this is the entire meeting. There are people in my audience who go, okay, this is the on-camera portion of the meeting, but they must have a real meeting, not in front of the cameras. No, that's the way other presidents worked. This is the full meeting. They just bring the cameras in and ramble. Trump, fresh off of a perfect, clean bill of health at his third annual physical in 13 months, fell asleep multiple times during the cabinet meeting. Here is Trump sleeping.
For what I believe is the most important government benefit for young people since the GI Bill, the Trump accounts. The app will be available on all major platforms tomorrow morning, and it will place the American dreams into the palms.
Trump just struggling to stay awake and then really asleep. Marco Rubio apparently not entertaining Donald Trump.
People, they are selling oil in the market at market rates. The money's going to an account in the United States, controlled and monitored by Treasury, audited by KPMG.
So he can't stay awake. The guy who said Sleepy Joe can't do it, can't stay awake at all in public. But then Trump utters a phrase at this cabinet meeting that I believe should be made a political campaign ad. It should be presented without comment. Trump has given us enough material over the last month to not need anybody but Trump for a campaign ad against these people.
Economic system is broken down. They thought they were going to outweight me. You know, we'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms. Look what happened last night.
I don't care about the midterms. There should be a campaign ad. Trump saying, I don't care about the midterms. Trump saying the gas price increase is peanuts. Trump saying, I don't consider the financial situations of Americans when I think about what to do. The very anti-war Donald Trump praising Pete Hegseth for loving war. I thought this was the anti-war president.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio, another one. I mean, we have great people. And the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, Central Casting, he loves war. I guess.
He loves war. I'm the only anti-war president, but I've got a Secretary of Defense who loves war. And boy, are we starting wars. New reporting that the Trump administration is setting up the sort of scaffolding for an invasion of Cuba. We're going to Iran, and we're going to Venezuela, and we're going to Cuba. Maybe we'll go to Greenland. The anti-war president. Then Trump's brain is gone. He confuses Venezuela with Iran. He doesn't know where he went. And he goes, Venezuela has no more navy, which is actually the line he's supposed to be using about Iran. We destroyed Iran's navy. He's confused. The anti-war president is starting so many conflicts, he doesn't know which is which.
$1,000. The stock market has set 68 all-time record highs since the election. So 68 days, we hit all-time highs. We're right there now. And the average 401k, and that's despite the conflict. I don't call it a war, I call it a conflict.
We know.
Despite the conflict with Venezuela, who no longer has a navy, no longer has an air force, no longer has a lot of people that were leading the country into very bad places. Their leadership is gone. Their second rung leadership is gone, and we're dealing with their third, half of their third, because half of their third is gone too.
Exactly. So a completely confused Trump mixing up Iran and Venezuela. And then the topic of gas prices came up. And again, this stuff should just be part of a campaign ad. Do you have any urgency to get gas prices down, which are now $4.45 a gallon? Trump was talking about we're going to have $1.87 gas. Trump goes, no, I don't.
We'll release them.
But the American people, sir, are seeing higher gas prices.
Yeah,
now, it's come down a little bit, but it's still $4.45.
Oh, it'll come down a lot. It'll come down to where it was before. We had it, when I was in Iowa, we had, we're driving by and we saw gas stations, $1.90 a gallon, $1.85, $1.87 were the three that we saw. We had it down in some places below. Now, we can't help in California where they charge so much tax that, you lower it and they charge tax. They've got to straighten the act out in California. But we had gasoline down to a very low number. I think we'll be hitting that number shortly after that whole excursion ends.
Does that give you more urgency?
But regardless of anything, regardless of anything. As Marco said better than anybody can say it, you can't let them have a nuclear weapon. They would use it instantly. They wouldn't think about it. They would use it instantly. I've gotten to know them. They would use it instantly.
Does that give you more urgency, Mr. President? You've said that you're in no rush to make a deal, but with gas prices that are so high across the country, people are paying more for travel. Does that give you more urgency to make a deal? Why doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, the primary urgency I have, I said this, it wasn't covered properly, but the primary urgency is that we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
That's the big thing. The gas prices don't matter. This should all be put together into a campaign ad. It got a little weird at other moments as Donald Trump's energy started to appear to wane and run low, where Trump just started kind of meandering and mumbling about grass. Grass has a life too. Grass should get to live.
I'm very proud of D.C. because when we came here a little more than a year ago, it was a very dangerous place, and now it's a very safe place. It's been incredible what's happened as you see the crime numbers. We had restaurants closing up and nobody wanted to go to a restaurant. They were afraid to walk to work. It was very dangerous place, very unsafe. And now it's a very safe place. We brought in the National Guard. We worked with Cash and the FBI, and Janine is doing fantastically, and Todd and everybody. And it's now a very safe city, and people are pouring in, and you see the grass is all beautiful. We put a lot of new grass in because, like people, grass has a life too. And this grass
Grass must be allowed to live. Let grass live. Trump then, again, when things get hot, when it gets a little difficult to convince the American public that you're doing a good job, Trump loves to go, we're going to release stuff about UFOs soon. Don't make me do it. I'll do it. I'll release the stuff about UFOs.
Like we're releasing a lot of information having to do with extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial. It's a torrential downpour that is extraneous. Extraterrestrial.
With terrestrial things, and people are totally fascinated by it. It's amazing. I wasn't sure if they would enjoy it. It's literally trending #1. Could you believe it?
Could you believe that extraterrestrial, people love it. We're going to release some elements of torrential. We're not falling for it, buddy. We're not falling for it. And still touting, this is a cabinet meeting, folks. This is a cabinet meeting. Still touting that people who are 125 years old are getting Social Security payments.
I think we have a chance to save Social Security without doing anything to it by just the numbers of fraudulent people on Social Security, people that are 115 years old, 125 years old, getting payments. It's funny, I said, oh, do those payments get turned back? No, they accept them. Well, somebody's getting the payment. It's not a person that's 125 years old. But that's the least of it. The numbers.
Trump's lying. If you go to the Social Security website, ssa.gov, it says Social Security has an automated process where payments stop when you are 115 or older. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, so people get payments until 115 even if they're dead? No. For the most part, every single jurisdiction in the United States reports deaths to the Social Security Administration. So then they go, okay, this person died. We're not sending them payments anymore. But they continue to insist people are getting paid until 115, 125. They're dead. Well, it's not happening. And it is possible that someone could be on a list as someone that was a Social Security recipient. And if you look at their birth date, you might do math and go, wow, they're 100, they would be 157 right now. But that doesn't mean that they're getting payments. The fact that at one point they received payments doesn't mean they are receiving payments today. And then finally, now I'm not going to subject you to these 9 minutes. Trump ranted 9 minutes straight about nonsense. Okay, I'm just going to take a random spot in the middle. Just pick the random spot. This is not an individual who is well.
So we went to work, and over the years I built hundreds of pools. I build them every time I built the building. I always like to build Olympic-sized swimming pools, and I was very aware swimming pool, what goes into making a swimming pool. It's not
You need the water and you need chlorine.
as simple as people think. You never want it to leak. You want a beautiful surface. I said, I have an idea, Doug. We sat down. I said, let's take that long thing where we're going to fix it with concrete, which
Fix my long thing with concrete, please. We need to stiffen it up.
Leaks, concrete, all sorts of other materials that all leak and don't look good. They're gray. And, you know, swimming pool, I have a swimming pool right up the road. I built it 22 years ago. It's perfect.
All right. Anyway, I'm not going to, I like my audience too much to play the full 9 minutes. That's what was going on at the cabinet meeting. There are people saying this is full-blown dementia. I'm not in a position to say that with confidence, but there are a lot of people saying it, that's for sure. Think of how much personal information you put into your favorite AI chatbot. They track everything you say on the app. Many of them sell the data to ad companies, and they use your personal info to train the AI so your personal life lives inside the chatbot forever. Creepy stuff, which is why I recommend Venice. It's sort of like a VPN for AI. Our sponsor, Venice, gives you access to all the best and latest language models, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, as well as leading image, video, and music generation models, all in one place, but you can use them privately and anonymously, and it's completely uncensored. On Venice, you can ask the AI for anything, and it won't say no. Nothing is tied to your identity because your prompts are encrypted. They never even leave your device. So no corporation or government can spy on you and those conversations. Access the world's leading AI models privately. You'll get 20% off any plan when you go to venice.ai/Pakman and use the code Pakman. The link is in the description.